Hey guys, Troy Casey, Certified Health Nut here in Santa Monica, California. We're going to talk about No Nut November and the No Fap diet, the No Fap fast. But first I want to let you know, Ripped at 50, A Journey to Self-Love is in pre-launch currently. And so this is a limited edition offer. It's a hardcover book. It will be signed, and it comes with my stress management course as well. If you want to be one of the first ones to see this, because we're making this all exclusive, it won't be in paperback or audio for a little while. This comes first. So if you're inspired by my work, and you actually want a hardcover document, it's going to be like an art book or a coffee table book, then make sure you get in on the pre-order. And thank you guys all for ordering my Breath is Life course. The feedback on it has been unanimous. People love it. They're changing their lives. They're dropping to their knees. They're breathing before they get anxiety or depression. Maybe they wake up with it. Boom, drop to the knees, do some breath work, and they're feeling better. They're writing me instantaneously. So we're going to talk about no fap right now, and no fap is basically no ejaculation, no masturbation, and no porn. And there's varying degrees of that. And so at the end of April, I'd been off porn before, and at the end of April, I decided to really reel in my energies. And so I went off porn. And I really wanted to see what it was going to do to my psychology, the way I'm not a bad guy, right? I don't treat women disrespectfully. I don't call them bitches, either in closed circles or outside, even though I do listen to a lot of hip hop and rap. I do know that there's that consciousness. I don't attend strip bars. I'm a real feeling guy, so I've never really been that guy. And I don't have a heavy addiction. It only lasts anywhere from 60 to 90 seconds. So, all joking aside, the experience with my pornography usage started when I was about 12 or 13. In fact, the first time I ejaculated, I was imagining I was around some Hustler magazines, and there were stacks of them like men used to collect before. And I think as young kids we got involved in it. The heightened sexual energy from looking at women's open vaginas was it's powerful, and I remember laying in my bed and thinking about that. And so I was about 12 or 13 when I ejaculated the first time, and it was to this type of imagery. The internet didn't come up streaming as it is now, with the level of lesbians and 2-on-1 and BDSM and bestiality. There's all sorts of heightened stuff. And so I wasn't that guy. I would just get my little fix, come and go. Sometimes I would go off it. I remember I went off it as an exercise a couple of years ago, and I was really good. And I was also studying sexual kung fu, which was withholding ejaculation, seminal retention, and also transmutation, channeling that energy up my spine. And at the time, this was 2015, I was practicing with my wife, who was studying with Montauk Chia and the whole sexual kung fu teachers, and we hired some teachers, and I studied Taoist stomach massage and prostate massage, and so really exploring my own sexuality to a higher level. And I realized right then and there, it was like, whoa, I was missing something. And this was 2015. In 2005, someone turned me on to the White Tigress teachings, and I knew nothing about sexual energy cultivation, tantra, Taoist sexual kung fu. I knew nothing about it, and instantly it turned me on to something different, and it actually turned me on, and I was like, whoa, I can withhold my ejaculation and strengthen my perineum and strengthen the muscles, and channel that energy. And then you have to practice, right? That's why they call it sexual kung fu practice or tantra practice, and you practice with a willing partner. At the time when I met my wife, she wasn't that willing. She wasn't aware of that, and my ability to explain it and then also get real intimate with her on that level when she wasn't understanding it or available. I guess I was afraid to go that intimate with her at that time. It wasn't until later on in our relationship that we crossed that road. And then we started studying it together and getting results. So this past 6 months, since April, off of porn, and then revisiting my relationship with my wife, also revisiting my relationship with women. I got divorced for a couple of years, and then I started to date women, and I realized, and I was like, woo, I'm free now, let me just go out and have sex with women. And the fact of the matter was, as soon as that happened, I realized at my age and where I'm at, and I had just gotten out of a divorce. I wasn't looking to get into a relationship. I had my children to take care of. I had my business to focus on. I was very focused. I didn't have time for a relationship at the time. And what I noticed was most women wanted a relationship. I was also entertaining the ideas of polygamy, through the culture, I think through the Aubrey Marcus and Sex at Dawn, Chris Ryan, and Paul Chek as well. There's a lot of talk about polygamy and polyamorous relationships, and I realized that monogamy had never been negotiated. It was always implied, and I didn't like that. It took me 2 years to come to my own conclusion, my own summation, or at least that's my own present moment summation right now, and that being that sex has great power. With great power comes great responsibility. When you have sex with someone, it opens up the potential of their emotional body, the quantum entanglement of all the people that they've been entangled with for their whole entire life, both sexually and non-sexually, as well as just being entangled with that person right out of the gate. Maybe they have preconceived notions of the way you should show up, et cetera, et cetera. All sorts of expectations. And I didn't like that, especially when I didn't have the capacity to deal with it or wanted that responsibility to deal with it. But lo and behold, you have to deal with it because it's there present in your face, whether you like it or not. So I like the female species. I like sexual activity. I enjoy that. So I wanted it to be part of my life, but I also wanted it to be healthy, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And spiritually, I didn't feel connected. Emotionally, I didn't feel connected. Mentally, it was a big can of worms to deal with someone else's needs when I didn't want to deal with it. And then the physical, it was a powerful act, but it wasn't worth all the other, emotional, mental, and spiritual weight, right? So I started to move towards celibacy, or really just stopping, moving in that direction, just having sex to have the sake of having sex. And at the same time, my wife and I at the time had really moved past a lot of our shortcomings, and were able to connect on a much deeper level, and we were working on some business aspects together, and we just got closer and closer. And before we crossed the bridge, because we started kissing a little bit and making out before I went on a big camping trip with the children. And what I realized is hey, this applies to my wife too. If I start having sex with her too, all sorts of emotional stuff could come out. So hey, whoa, time out. Let's have a little time out and let me go on vacation and come back with the kids, and then we'll revisit that. When that happened, the Rhythmia thing started coming online, and we were talking about doing some deep psychedelic ceremonies and going deeper and finding the solutions to our relationship. and then Rhythmia popped up, and a lot of magic happened in Rhythmia. Please go watch all my videos about that. You can find out, more about that. And so 6 months in, remarried my wife, might even be 7 months. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, almost December. So we're looking at 7 months now. I've married my wife. I'm enjoying the sex and the sexual kung fu with her more than ever. Okay, so this is another thing that I wanted to say on the NoFap. Because my consciousness is not on the next bubble butt, right? I'm totally down with love the one you're with, right? Love the one that's right in front of you. So that has cleared up my energy. I'm more focused on my energy now. I'm being clean and clear. I'm devoted to this woman. I'm not looking for anything else. I did that for a little while, right, when we were divorced. I'm not looking for anything else. I'm devoted to this person. I'm devoted to making it work. My sexual kung fu has gotten so much better to where I no longer have to worry or squeeze my perineum. It's automatic, right? I'm not ejaculating. I'm not, and I have the ability to channel the energy. I know the exercises that can channel the energy. So I'm not even trying that hard, and it's working. It's magic. And I do believe that being off the porn for 7 months has a large play on that. Also being devoted on a higher echelon of love. And this is not a devotion to her. This is my devotion to myself and my devotion to her. This is an inner game. It's a mental game. It's a heart-based game. These are things that I told myself when I married her on ayahuasca. These are deep spiritual concepts that it's ineffable. I can't even put any words to it that I went through. And it's playing out in the bedroom. So not only am I not wasting my energy thinking about women, I'm also not wasting my energy watching women, and I'm not wasting my energy because if you study the sexual kung fu, men ejaculating is actually getting rid of your life force energy. We only have about 5,000 ejaculations in our lifetime, and then you're dead. So if you really want premature aging, then just ejaculate all over the place. The opposite corollary is true. If you want to turn on the anti-aging and longevity element, then stop ejaculating. Read chapter 11 of Sexual Transmutation by Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich. Read anything on Montauk Chia. I'm sure there's plenty on Tantra. YouTube University is out there. The only problem with YouTube is they've got so much advertising. I hope you guys like the fact that I don't do advertising on my what I consider art. I preserve that for you guys. I don't like advertising, and I've been on YouTube for 13 years. So if you like that, please subscribe. Please share these videos, comment on these videos. I'm sure you could send me a donation if you wanted to continue to make this type of content. But I digress. The bottom line is I don't have junk advertising, and I hope you guys like that. Subscribe, hit the bell button as well, and I will continue making these videos on NoFap through the Certified Health Nut experience because I'm processing it right now, and just sharing it with you guys is helping me process. So I hope this helps you. With great power comes great responsibility, and sex power, sexual energy is the most creative force the human being possesses. Harness it properly. Reclaim your sexual activity, reclaim your divinity, reclaim your power. Much love and respect.